Y'all family this time. May the peace of y'all come upon you when you learn to obey him at this time, brothers and sisters. I'm doing a very important video at this time called the branch of Dawid. Yes, from the seed of Dawid, brothers and sisters, will grow a root that will spring up into all the earth, brothers and sisters, and cause righteousness to spread throughout the whole earth by the will of Yah. So it's so important, brothers and sisters, that you pay careful attention at this time, that you may hear the words of Yah, and that you may learn the words of Yah. Because I hear a lot of falsehood going out into the earth at this time. And people stating that King Dawid going to be resurrected and be the king again, be the Messiah. But that's not true, brothers and sisters. And I'm here to testify and bear record of the words of Yah at this time before you, brothers and sisters, that you may learn the ways of Yah, brothers and sisters. Because his brothers and sisters out there hindering our people and bringing forth confusion for lack of knowledge, brothers and sisters. So I'm here today to straighten this out, to show you by the words of Yah and give you some history. Because in 586 BCE, destruction of the kingdom of Yada, royal bloodline got cut off. And I'm going to bear record of that in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1. That is very important at this time that I read this to you, brothers and sisters, at this time. Give me a moment. I'm going to put this down for me. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. I will try to cut out, excuse me, fan, try to cut out some of that background noise. So let's get into it. And so we talked about the destruction of the kingdom of Yah, and that's why I want to start off first and show you, brothers and sisters, 2,601 years ago, the bloodline of Dawid got cut off and was sentenced for punishment. And seeing this, you're going to know there was no Messiah in between that time period. Since 2,600 years ago, brothers and sisters, and one. Since the time our nation got taken away into captivity for 7 years, we never had no more Messiah from our nation. We only had one outside Messiah that allowed them to go back home to rebuild the second temple, and that was King Cyrus of Persia. He was a Persian Messiah that the Father anointed and chose and appointed to set the people of Yada free to return home to build the second temple. So let's get into this right here. It starts right here. That we all can say the royal line of Dawid. In chapter 11 of Isaiah, it said the royal line of Dawid will be cut off, chopped down like a tree, what I was just stating to you about Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. But from this stump will grow a shoot. Yes, a new branch. See, they got a B besides shoot. A new branch is right here. From 11b right here, see, they got Christ, but that's false. That's just a Greek terminology. But the Messiah, that's showing the next Messiah right there. See, it say, will grow a shoot. Yes, a new branch from the old roots. See, and the spirit of Yah shall rest upon him. The spirit of wisdom, understanding, counsel, might, and the spirit of knowledge, and of the fear of Yah. And his delight will be obedience to Yah, and he will not judge by the appearance, false evidence, or hearsay, but will defend the poor and exploit. And he will rule against the wicked who oppress them. For he will be clothed with fairness and with truth. You see, get that. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. That's showing you some attributes that the Father going to give to him from the bloodline of Dawid. And that's talking about the end time Messiah, brothers and sisters. That all these things are going to follow him. over the time period. So you notice the animals going to change all around in the mountain of Yada. You can see that in the time period of this Messiah. He's going to cause righteousness to prevail throughout the earth, not overnight. So it's a process. Everything's a process for the animal to change, for the words of Yah to get spread out into all the people. Because when the Messiah appeared on the scene, he got to make himself known and spread out his sign. I'm going to cover that briefly real quick. I'm just going to add this to the video right here. It says, in that day, in chapter 10, in that day he who created the royal dynasty of Dawid will be a banner of salvation. See, it's going to be a sign of salvation to all the world. The nation will rally to him, for the land where he lived will be a wonderful land. They are glorious. It's at that time Yah will bring back a remnant of his people for the second time, returning them to the land of Yashael. From all the different locations, skip some of that to 12. It said he will, talking about the Messiah, will raise a flag among the nations for them to rally to. And he will gather the scattered Yashael, the Israelites from the ends of the earth. Then at last the jealousy between Yashael and Yada will end, and they will not fight each other anymore. And together they will fight against the nation possessing their land on the east and on the west, uniting forces to destroy them. And they will occupy the nation of Edom and Moab and Ammon. That's self-explanatory right there. The work of the Messiah right there, when he returned on the scene, he going to raise a flag. He going to gather the two nations and become one again. Remember in Ezekiel chapter 37, it said, can he put these sticks together? Representing that the two nations are going to come back together again. Right here, chapter 11, verse 12 and 13 states that right there, brothers and sisters, how the two nations going to come back together because the branch is going to gather them. He's going to raise a flag that they may assemble to him, wherever he be at in the earth. So, you know, we're going to end the result of, we're going to be over in the east, and the two nations are going to come together under the branch. That's what the showing red did. And that's why I read to you the point and showed you right here plainly. It said the royal dynasty, the royal line, or you can say bloodline of Dawid, the seed of Dawid, will be cut off. That took place in 586 by Babylon. So keep that in mind. 2,600 years ago, plus one. It's right here, be chopped down like a tree, but from the stump will grow a shoot. Yes, a new branch. See? A new Messiah. That's what it's saying. I show you right there, be right here. See? A new Messiah. So that's showing you that the branch is the Messiah, as I'm going to turn to and clear this up, because there's a lot of confusion. Because, see, when it came over that New Testament, brothers and sisters, they even used this and called this Yahshua, the high priest, Jesus. Or you can say Yahweh, whatever Hebrew name you want to, terminology you want to call that New Testament fiction, falsehood. Brothers and sisters. So you have this knowledge so far from the stump. The Father wants to show one more Messiah coming from that time period after the 586 BCE destruction of the royal line of Dawid got cut off by Babylon. The last reigning that was appointed according to the orders of Yah was Zedekiah, but it was two more of his sons that got put in office by Egyptians and also by Babylon, and before it totally got shut down, brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind. They was appointed by outside people, but actually Zedekiah was the last one that took the reign according to the will of Yah. But nevertheless, brothers and sisters, they got cut off the royal line of Dawid 586 BCE, 2,601 years ago. That's what the record we have at this time, brothers. So let me get into right here. It's coming for Zechariah right here. They call him Zechariah. And let's get, because this is very important right here to show you more about the branch of Dawid, the last Messiah. So right here say, then the mighty king, they got angel, but it's the mighty king showed me in my vision. So keep in mind, all that we read in here is a vision that Zechariah saw about this one Yahshua, the high priest. You're going to notice this Yahshua Messiah, not Messiah, Yahshua, the high priest, was the same one as talking about Yahshua, the high priest, that went back with Zerubbabel to build the second temple. So keep that in mind. He never was a Messiah. He was the time that came out of the 70 years Exodus in Babylon. Right here, Yahshua, the high priest. It says, standing before the mighty king of Yah is Satan, which is the adversary, there too. It said, and at the mighty king right hand, accusing Yahshua of many things. It said, Yah said to Satan, who is the adversary, I reject your accusation. Satan, yes, Yah, for I have decided to be merciful to Yah Shalom. See, he said, decided to be merciful to Yah Shalom because of Yah Shalom's sin. He said, I rebuke you. I have decreed mercy to Yahshua and his nation. They are like a burning stick pulled out of the fire. It said, Yahshua's clothes was filthy as he stood before the Malakim of Yah. And the Malakim said to the other standing there, remove his filthy clothing, right here. And turning to Yahshua, he said, see, I have taken away your sins. See, and now I am giving you the fine clothes. He said, then I said, please, could he also have a clean turban on his head? So they gave him one. And then the Malakim of Yah spoke very solemnly to Yahshua and said, Yah of hosts declared, if you will follow the path I set for you, and do all I tell you to do, then I will put you in charge of my temple to keep it, Kodesh. And I will let you walk in and out of my presence with the Malakims. He said, listen to me, O Yahshua, the high priest, and all you other priests. You are the illustration of righteous things to come. So keep that in mind. It's a demonstration, an illustration of righteous things to come. Don't you see Yahshua represents my servant, the branch? You see, you get that? A representation of the servant of the branch in a like manner that showing as well the branch when he get back and the third temple be built and the slaughter place be built also gonna be the high priest. That's what it's showing you right there. So keep that in mind. These are things we all should know, and these are all the things we must know about this. This is very, very important. Let me get my place, brothers and sisters. I want to get back to the branch. I see something about the branch. They got a B. I'm trying to find the B right here. See how they got it right here? This B. When I say about the branch, it go back again. Remember I showed you in Isaiah 11, they got 3B, the Messiah. See, they got Christ, but the Christ is false. You could actually scratch that off. That's just a Greek terminology. But Messiah, right there, see, that branch is the Messiah. Is talking again about the end time Messiah. And that's why he was saying right there in the vision that Yahshua the high priest was a representation, illustration of the end time work. That's what he's showing right there. So let me get my place right here. It said, and my servant, the branch, whom I will send. You get that? He will be the foundation stone of the temple. Now I'm talking about the third temple that Yahshua is standing beside. See, he said he's standing beside because, remember, the third temple going in the same place where the second temple was at. The seventh temple was in the same place where the first temple was at. So keep that in mind. It said, and I will engrave this inscription on it 7 times. They got right here, I will remove the sins of this land in a single day. And after that, Yah of hosts declared, you will all live in peace and prosperity. And each one of you will own a home of your own where you can invite your neighbors. See, so keep that very in mind. See, how you move a sin in one day is on the Day of Atonement. So always remember that. See, everything is done according to the laws of Yah. All sins, everybody get a clean plate on the Day of Atonement. Yes. So always remember that, brothers and sisters. So right there, that was the illustration right there of the work that Yahshua, the high priest, was doing, was an illustration of the show and representation to show what was going to come later at the end. So keep that in mind as I go to 1 King. Because I'm going to go to 1 King because at this part right here, we're dealing with the branch and we're dealing with the seed of Dawid. Because a lot of people thinking and misleading people. So I read, all this came from a scripture called the Living Bible. At this time, I'm going to read the rest portion from the particular called the scriptures at this time. I'm going to start off with 1 King 11 at this time, verse 34. Right here. It said, 1 Kings, verse 34. Chapter 11, verse 34. It said, but I do not take all the reign out of his hand, because I have made him ruler of all. So let me go back up a little bit. It said, to do what is right in my eyes and my laws and my right ruling, as did his father Dawid. But I do not take all the reign out of his hand, because I have made him ruler of all the days of his life for the sake of my servant Dawid. He was talking about King Solomon because of his sins. So he said, not going to take all the reign from his hand. So let me keep reading. Whom I chose because he guarded my commandments and my laws, talking about King Dawid. He said, and I shall take the reign out of his son's hand and give it to you, the 10 tribes. And to his son I give 1 tribe, so that my servant Dawid will always have a lamp before me in Yashalom, the city which I have chosen for myself to put my name there. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. We're going somewhere. So this is very important. So I'm going to go and read down to 39. It said, so I will take you, and you shall reign over all that your being desire. And you shall be sovereign over Yashael Yah. And it shall be, if you obey all that I command you, and shall walk in my ways and do what is right in my eyes, and guard my laws and my commandments as my servant Dawid did, then I shall be with you and build for you a steadfast house as I built for Dawid, and shall give Yashael Yah to you. And because of this, I humble the seed of Dawid, but not forever. See, keep that. See that? He said, but not forever. Because he was to restore the rulership to the seed of Dawid through the whole nation. That's what he's showing right there. So right there. So keep it. And because of this, I humble the seed of Dawid, but not forever. See. But see, you get that word, but not forever, the seed of Dawid at this time. As I'm going to go to Psalms 89. So keep that in mind. See, these are all the things you got to know concerning the words of Yah that is very important to know. Chapter 83, chapter 89 of Psalms, verse 3 to 4, right here. You see, you said, I have made a covenant with my chosen. I have sworn to my servant Dawid, I'll establish your seed forever. You see that? He's talking about Dawid's seed forever, continuously. And I shall build up your throne to all generations, Selah. And the heavens praise your wonders, O Yah, and your trustworthiness, too, in the assembly of the set-apart ones. So keep that in mind. Brothers and sisters, at this time, I'm going to go to, I'm going to stay in chapter 89 of Psalms, It reads 35 to 37. Right here. It said, once I have sworn by my set apartness, I do not lie to Dawid. His seed shall be forever. You see that? And his throne as the sun before me. Like the moon, it is established forever. And the witness in the heaven is steadfast. How far I'm going to go that? So keep that in mind with his seed. And so I'm going to go to right now Psalms. Hope I can get all this in the video. Psalms 132. Because we talk about the seed of Dawid is being established forever on the throne. 132 at this time, verse 10 to 18. Right here. It says, for the sake of your servant Dawid, do not turn away the face of your anointed one. Y'all had sworn to trust. Y'all had sworn in truth to Dawid. He does not turn from it. Of the fruit of your body, see, talking about the seed, I set upon your throne. If your sons guard my covenant and my witnesses that I teach them, their sons shall set upon your throne forever. For Yah has chosen Zion, and he has desired it for his dwelling. And this is my place of rest forever, where I dwell, for I have desired it. And great bless her provision. I satisfy her poor with bread, and I put deliverance on her priests. And her lovely commitment ones sing for joy. For it said, there I make the horn of Dawid grow. You get that, the seed of Dawid grow, and I shall set up the lamp for my anointed one. And I put shame on his enemies, while on him his diadem shall shine. So keep that seed, talking the seed of Dawid. So you got to keep that in mind. He always talk about the seed of Dawid, referring to almost like he talking to Dawid himself. The throne always going to be named after the Dawid. But the seed always going to remain on the throne, brothers and sisters, at this time. And so I'm going to go to at this time in the prophet book, Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 14 and 36. It's very important that you notice, and this will put the seal on it. So keep in mind what I showed you early. The destruction came in 586 BCE, 2,601 years ago. The kingdom got shut down. But the father promised from the front of the stump, the root of the old branch will grow. From the old tree, and the stump will grow a new branch. Yes, a new Messiah that will be set on the throne, who is I am. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters, and you can learn more about these things. Because, see, people try to bring forth deception and lies because they don't know the scriptures, brothers and sisters, that well. You got to look at all of these things. You got to go and see all of this history so you can know these things, brothers and sisters. It's very important at this time. Because when the time of captivity is set to be free from captivity and punishment, but people try to throw hindrance in there, brothers and sisters, and blind you because they don't know the scriptures that well. So right here, chapter 33 of Jeremiah, they call Jeremiah right here, verse 14. It says, see, the day are coming, declares Yah, when I shall establish the right words. See, righteous words, they got good words, but righteous words, which I have promised to the house of Yashael Yah, and to the house of Yah, see, the two nations. It said, in those days, at that time, I caused a branch of righteousness. See that? Talking about the Messiah again, to spring forth for Dawid. You see that? And he shall do right ruling and righteousness in the earth. It said, in those days, Yah shall be saved, and Yah alone shall dwell safely. See, it said, in those days, in the life, in the time of this Messiah, it said, in his days, in those days, Yah shall be saved. Sure, we at the state of being saved, brother, because I'm on the scene now. And I showed you that in chapter 11 of Isaiah, but a lot of people try to overturn that because they reject Yah. So right here, it's in the writings, brothers and sisters, saying, in those days, at that time, I caused the branch of righteousness to spring forth. See, the branch talking about Dawid seed again, not the whole seed of Yah, our whole nation, like a lot of people claim. 4, see, from Dawid, and he, since and he, not them, but and he should do right ruling. See, right ruling is according to the righteousness of Yah and his testimonies. So keep that, his Torah, so keep that in mind. See right here. And he should do right rulings and righteousness in the earth. And in those days, Yah shall be saved, and Yah shall alone dwell safely. And this, I got too much shadow. Let me kind of move this over a little bit. It said, right here, it said, is that which shall be proclaimed to her, Yaziquat. See how they got Yah our righteousness? So you're going to be claiming to you Yaziquat. Nobody else heard that in the air. People say Yah Tiskanu, Yah our righteousness, but it's Yaziquat. See, they add Yah name in with English words, but in the Abaru phrase, we say Yaziquat. Yaziquat. See, it say, and that which shall be proclaimed, see, pronounced to her. See, talking to our nation. Yaziquat. For thus said Yah, for Dawid, there is not to cease a man. You see that? To sit on the throne of the house of Yashael Yah. See, from Dawid. So this is talking about the end time that you're going to be saved, that saith Yah. See, thus saith Yah, but not all these liars out there. But thus saith Yah for Dawid. See, it says, it's for Dawid, there is not to cease a man to sit on the throne of the house of Yashael Yah, from the seed line of Dawid. It said, and for the priest, see, now he's talking about the seed of Dawid, and now he's talking about the priest. And for the priests, the Levites, there is not to cease a man to offer incense offerings before me. You see how that coming back? Incense offerings before me. Excuse me, not incense, but ascending offerings for me. It's told you, the two go together. The Levites and the priests, the sin offering is going to be made, showing that all the New Testament garbage is nothing but garbage. See, this restoration of Dawid's seed, the king, the Messiah, and the priest from the Levite tribe. There is not to cease a man to offer incense offering before me, to kindle grain offerings, and to slaughter continues. See, and to slaughter continues that time with the animal offerings. And the word of Yah came to Yeremiah, saying, they got Yeremiah, but Yeremiah saying, thus saith Yah, if you could break my covenant with the days and my covenant with the night, so that there not be day and night in this season, then my covenant could also be broken with Dawid my servant, so that he shall not have a son to reign upon his throne. Plain and simple right there. That destroy all the garbage what people say. It's going to be the seed of Dawid reigning on the throne. And that's why in my lifetime you will be saved. Is that then my covenant could also be broken with Dawid my servant, so that he shall not have a son to reign upon his throne. See, upon Dawid's throne. And with the Levites, the priests, my attendants. Right here it says, as the host of heaven is not counted, nor the sand of the sea measured. So I increase the descendants of Dawid, my servant, and the Levites who attend upon me. You see that? And the words of Yah came to Yeremiah. All this Yah showing Yeremiah is talking about the end time, when the rain going to be restored. The royal line going to be restored, and the kingdom going to be restored when we get home. All this going to be back again, brothers and sisters, right now before your eyes, before your hearing. So let me get my place, brother. I lost my place. Let me, right here. It said, as the host of heaven is not, I read that right here. It's saying, the words of Yah came to Yeremiah saying, have you not observed what these people have spoken, saying the two clans which Yah has chosen have been rejected by him, so they have despised my people, no more to be a nation before them. Thus saith Yah, if my covenant is not with day and night, and I have not appointed the law of the heavens and the earth, then I will also reject the descendants of Jacob and Dawid my servant, so that I should not take of his descendants, see, to be ruler over the descendants of Abraham, Yishak, and Jacob, see, the descendants of Dawid my servant, ruler over the descendants of Abraham, Yishak, Jacob, for I shall turn back their captivity and have compassion on them. You see that, brothers? These are the living, fiery words of Yah. See, turning back his captivity, he sent his Messiah. Right there, brothers, sisters, he said, oh, and I shall turn back their captivity and have compassion on them. These are the living words of Yah. And right here in Isaiah 11, show you how the captivity has been turned back by the hands of Yah. When you go right here, it says, in that day there shall be a root of Jesse. See, talking the same old story. Stand as a banner to the people. See, as a sign to the people. Unto him the nations shall come. Well, why the nations come to him? Seeking him. To give aid to him to carry the people back home from all the coastal lines. Isaiah chapter 69 tell you that. And his rest shall be extinct. And it shall be in that day that Yah said his saying again, the second time, to recover the remnant of his people, who are left from all the different land, and he shall raise a banner, see, for his nation, and gather the outcasts of Yashael Yah, and the dispersed of Yah from the four corners of the earth. These are the works of Yah, brothers and sisters. So I say got a banner right there. So let me go right here. That's he gonna raise a banner. Some people say, oh, that's talking about Yah. That's further from the truth, brothers and sisters. The one standing before the people and gathering the people to go back home and retake the land is the Messiah, the one the Father sent. And say, and in his lifetime, brothers and sisters, right here, this showed a little better. It said, in that day, he who created the royal dynasty of Dawid will be a banner of salvation. See, the sign of Yah's salvation to all the world. The nation will rally to him, for the land where he lives will be a wonderful place. And at that time, Yah will bring back a remnant of his people for the second time from all these different locations. And he will raise a flag among the nation for them to rally to. And he will gather them, see. And he will gather the scattered of Yashael Yah from the ends of the earth, and then at last the jealousies between the two will end, and they will